There's criticism about the sheriff's decisions that threw the Orleans Parish Criminal Court in disarray yesterday.
Yeah, cases were canceled in the court that already had a serious backlog, and Meg Ferris has new details about the sheriff's decision and joins us live right now outside of the jail. Meg.
Yes, and we have the sheriff right now standing by to go live to respond to the criticism and also tell us the plan that has just been worked out moments ago. But first, here's our story. The Metropolitan Crime Commission says there's a lot that went wrong when Orleans Sheriff Susan Hutson made the decision to pull the sheriff's deputies from courthouse duty on Monday, forcing the court's closure.
There's actually a Louisiana law that mandates that every sheriff has to provide court security. So she violated Louisiana law when she withdrew security from the court.
MCC President Rafael Goyeneche says the sheriff went against the wishes of the court, which has a backlog of hundreds of cases because of COVID.
The judge was trying to convince the sheriff not to do what she was threatening to do, and the pleas of the judge were ignored by the sheriff.
He says the court deputies that were supposed to work at the jail on Monday still reported to the court.
So those deputies that were needed for jail security, at least for half of the day on Monday, were still reported to their posts and waiting around doing nothing.
Goyeneche also alleges that the sheriff was asked to meet with a federal judge and commissioner, and that reversed the decision to pull deputies from the courthouse, allowing it to reopen Tuesday morning. He also says the stabbings, death, and suicide at the jail that happened over the last few days, which caused the sheriff to pull deputies from the court to bolster security at the jail, were in the maximum security area. He believes that if there aren't enough deputies to maintain security in a jail, one solution is to order lockdowns with staggered times for inmates to come out and socialize.
That's the first beating death in the jail in over 10 years. So when the sheriff was running for sheriff, it was a campaign issue about how understaffed the jail was.
And we have exclusively Sheriff Hutson here right now, who just came out of the meeting making decisions going forward. So what is the plan going forward to keep the court open?
Well, it just took a couple of days to work with the different court judges in criminal district court and in civil district court to know what number of deputies they need to secure the court and to allow trials to continue. So they worked with us, and I'm very grateful for that. We've got our numbers. We'll have our staffing available so that we can staff out the rest of this week. And then we go into our full court press on staffing, or our long-term staffing plan, so that we can secure OJC and keep everyone in there safe.
So going forward, the court stays open, people report like they're supposed to, the juries and that type of thing. How understaffed, how many more people, deputies, do you need for the jail?
Well, we're not going to talk about numbers because then that's a security issue, the number of people, so we don't want anyone to talk about numbers at all. But we need to move people. We have a number of deputies. We're moving them around. We're going to utilize our reserves. We're going to use all the human capital that we have to secure OJC, and we're going to be successful at that.
Sheriff, what about the allegation that it was illegal against Louisiana law to pull deputies from the court and move them to a different place?
The court's closed for a number of reasons, and they close it when elevators don't work, when the air conditioning doesn't work. There's a number of issues that cause courts to close. COVID also shut it down. So there are a number of emergencies that come up that can cause the courts to shut down. We had to err on the side of saving lives, and I'm going to do that every time. And I don't make any apologies for that. What I did say to the court is that I want to work with you, but I have to keep not just those in custody safe, but my people as well.
Did a federal judge and a commissioner force it to be a reversal Sunday night to remove the deputies to the jail? Did that happen?
Absolutely not. What I told the judges that I spoke to, the district attorney and the public defender, is that we're working through a process. We have to do something right now as we're in crisis mode, and we've got to work through that process. And we did that, and we've done it in 2 days. So that's a victory for us and for the entire system. But I want to say it also verifies my concerns about staffing in the jail, that a federal court judge wanted to talk about that because it was a crisis. And I was right, and I was verified when the judge wanted to talk more about how we're going to staff and what happened this weekend.
Sheriff Hutson, I really appreciate getting your side out to the people. Thank you so very much for doing this. Okay. So you just heard from the sheriff that the court this week will go forward. So juries and witnesses, victims, all that type of thing must report this week to the courts. Reporting live from the jail, Meg Farris, Eyewitness News.
Meg Farris with an exclusive interview with Sheriff Susan Hutson. Thank you so much, Meg, for that update.